Okay, guys, here we go. This is David here with Fat Cat Reloading. I'm getting prepared to put some more optics on a rifle. Took a break from it for a couple of weeks, and got involved with some politics here lately. I tried to set up a lot of my social media and stuff to for my reloading optics and optics mounting, shooting and stuff like that, you know, just with my hobbies. And then the Trump assassination took place, and I got kind of distracted with the politics and different things on the internet, and started weighing in on some of that stuff. And I haven't done many videos with me talking about it and here lately, and haven't done any videos with my hobbies, with firearms and stuff like that, shooting and reloading and all. You know, just kind of took a break from it. You know, I take a break from it every now and then just to, you know, it's a hobby. It's not a job. You just ain't no need to, I don't get myself stressed out with having to be in a hurry doing any of this stuff. So I took a break from it, weighed in on some politics for a little while, and, you know, things keep happening. In this video, I'm going to kind of address Kyle Rittenhouse on the politics end. You know, I've always been a strong Second Amendment supporter because it has a lot to do with my lifestyle and my hobbies and different things. And you know, I've always been a strong Second Amendment supporter, not just because it's a hobby, it's because, you know, that's we need to be able to protect ourselves. And, you know, the civilians have a right to form a militia if one's ever needed, you know, so to protect our country and to protect ourselves. So, you know, that's the reason I always supported the Second Amendment, you know, just because it's the right thing to do. But Kyle Rittenhouse come out and said he was going to write in Ron Paul. He wasn't going to vote for Trump and all this stuff. Well, he went up to Kenosha, Wisconsin, or wherever it's at, and got in the middle of the riots and traveled to Kenosha. I don't know, he was out there during the day cleaning graffiti off the walls and trying to do some good things, and got involved with trying to provide private businesses with security, you know, to keep people from looting people's businesses and stuff. And, you know, it was commendable and noble things he was trying to do. And then he got kind of separated from his crowd and singled out. They started chasing him. Who knows if they were going to just beat him, kill him, or whatever, but he was forced to defend himself. And then he was being persecuted by the justice system up there in Kenosha, and going to be wrongfully imprisoned, went to all these trials, charged with all this stuff. And, you know, some lawyers, some famous lawyers stepped in to help him out. There was GoFundMe's to help his legal defense costs. A lot of people donated to them. And a lot of Trump supporters and even President Trump come out to defend him after Joe Biden wrongfully accused him of a lot of stuff, and some other politicians. And Trump come in to weigh in behind him and get behind him and help him out. And a lot of other people did too, you know, a lot of Trump supporters did. And now Kyle Rittenhouse has come out saying he's going to write in Ron Paul. I know who Ron Paul is, you know, libertarian. You know, we got the Republican Party, we got Democrat Party, and we got third parties, what we call third parties. And there's several of them, and he's going to get in on the libertarian bandwagon. And that's all cool. I mean, you know, I have some libertarian leanings. But as it stands right now, and has been for pretty much forever, we have a two-party system. That means a third party, there's no third party out there that can come anywhere close. So if you're voting third party, you're just throwing your vote away. And he says Trump isn't strong enough on the Second Amendment for him. And Trump gave up a little bit of ground, just a little bit of ground. And it didn't affect me because my state didn't recognize the federal government's authority in that situation, so I can get a bump stop. Bump stops are not illegal in North Carolina because North Carolina stopped the federal oversight on that. It was actually a federal overreach of constitutional power over the laws in our state, so we didn't recognize it. And a lot of other states didn't recognize it. So that being said, in the overall scheme of things, I don't just vote based on the Second Amendment. Second Amendment's a big part of it, but I also vote on issues like the economy, social issues. I vote on my wallet, how much my groceries cost, how much my gas costs, how many jobs they're sending overseas, how many illegal immigrants they're allowing into our country, and then using my taxpayer dollars to take care of them people. And, you know, I vote on a lot of different issues. And if Kyle Rittenhouse is going to stand up there and make videos of voting just based on the Second Amendment, and that's all the only issue he's going to vote on, and that's the reason he's not going to vote for Trump, you know, I'm not going to bash him, but I'm going to say that's highly irresponsible. And the reason I say that, we got a lot of issues we're dealing with in this country. Our military, our federal, state, and local police departments are all run by different levels of the government. Our judicial system needs to be held to a high standard. Our law enforcement needs to be held to a high standard, you know, because it impacts our personal lives. And to say, I don't know where I don't know exactly, he didn't explain it in detail. I don't know where exactly he comes from, is on this uncompromised Second Amendment stance. There are some cases where gun laws are needed. I mean, there are some cases. Sometimes you can't say an individual doesn't have the right to have a gun until he breaks the law, but there are some cases that some individuals don't need access to firearms because they are a danger to themselves, they're a danger to their family, and they're a danger to society. And if that becomes the issue, there needs to be a way to legally step in and take care of this with that certain individual. Not, you know, just it's not cut and dry. It's not just black and white sometimes. There's a gray area in there, very small gray area, but it exists. And we have to recognize that. And to say I'm not strong on 2A, I would argue any man, anytime, anywhere, any place about my stance on the Second Amendment. I will argue anybody on the face of the planet my stance on the Second Amendment. It's strong, but it's not uncompromisable. And Trump may be a little bit more compromisable in some situations than I am, but he's also pretty daggone strong on the Second Amendment. And I'm not going to throw away Trump's stance on the Second Amendment for the Democrat Party's history on the Second Amendment. I'm not going to throw that away voting or writing in Ron Paul or Bobby Kennedy or any of them other lunatics out there on their stance on the Second Amendment. I'm not going to throw my vote away voting third party. That's just throwing your vote in the trash. You just will not even go vote if you're going to vote third party. Unless you live in some oddball district that the third party actually has a chance at making a difference. But on the federal level, for the office of the presidency of the United States or the vice presidency, there's no chance. There's not a chance. Not with all the mail-in voting, not with anything, all the cheating. It wouldn't work for the third party. You can't cheat enough for the third party to get in office. If you can, I want somebody try to prove that to me. But anyway, I'm just saying Kyle Rittenhouse is hanging around some people, libertarians, and I've talked to some libertarians before that are so far out there that I dismissed anything they were saying because they went so far over the cliff that I'm not going to follow them. I mean, they jumped right over the cliff with some of their comments, and I'm like, no way, that's lunatic fringe. And like Kamala Harris, I continue to say it. She's lunatic fringe, and I'm not following her over a cliff. And Trump, he's not lunatic fringe, and I'm going to tell you why. Some of the things he wants to do needs to be done. This country needs to be brought back to more closer to its original founding. And some people think I'm too far out with some of my ideas, like say payroll taxes, federal payroll tax, federal income tax. I don't think the United States needs to be having a federal income tax coming out of everybody's check, everybody's employment check. Just this country operated fine without it before 1913. And the federal government raised money through tariffs, a lot like what Trump was doing last time. You want to sell your goods in this country, fine. We're going to tax you through tariffs, and that's how you fund the federal government. That's how we used to do it. And the world wars come about, and our politicians didn't want to stop taxing us. And, they like their six-figure salaries and all their benefits and all this, that, and the other, and I don't care about them. I don't care about their six-figure salaries. I don't care about their benefits. They making too much. They doing too much. You got to be, it's just too far out there. It's too much money to keep taxing people for all that crap that they try to push. And anyway, I don't agree with Trump on everything. He's not my idea of a perfect candidate, but I see him more and more doing things, a lot more things that I agree with than he don't. You see what I'm saying? So there's no such thing as a perfect candidate. We're all individuals. We all have our own ideas sometimes. Trump has his ideas, and Trump's not me, and I'm not Trump. We're not going to agree on 100% of everything, but if we can agree on 80, 90% of things, yeah, you're going to get my vote. Because we got a two-party system. Third party is way over here that'll never get in office. And if I voted for that third party, I'd be throwing my vote in the trash. I might as well not even waste my time and just go on about my business. I'm not going to waste my time going throwing my vote away at a third party. And that's where Kyle Rittenhouse is right now. He's saying he's going to go vote for a third party. I'm saying, Kyle, you're wasting your time. And you got a right to do whatever you want to do, and I respect that right. But, you know, you accepted a lot of help from a lot of people who supported you, and you became a public figure during the riots, and a lot of people helped get you out of prison. Because they were going to send you to prison and throw away the key, and they were going to do it just throwing the Constitution to the side. And some constitutionalists stepped in there, and a lot of Trump supporters stepped in there and helped you out and sent you money. Lawyers stepped in there, helped you out, and Trump stood behind you when Joe Biden didn't, and Kamala Harris didn't. She hated you. So you might want to take into perspective what you're talking about. Because I'm not going to sit up here and light you on fire on it on this camera here. I'm not going to light you on fire. You got a right to do what you want to do. You got a right to your own opinion, and I respect that. But you need to think, young man. You need to think. Our side helped you. You just don't turn your back like that. You can have a little bit more class about the way you're doing it. Y'all have a good one. Fat Cat Reloading, David out.